Ooh, and we're on air. Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Ming Ui, and I'm the creator of the Mental and Emotional First Aid Method. And it's a method where you can get from chaos to calm in like 7 steps. So today, what I'm going to show you is actually steps. Let me see. Position this. 4 and 5 of the 7-step method. So, and the technique that we are going to use is called picture tapping. It's a combination of using art therapy and something called emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping. Why do we call it tapping? It's because you're tapping on different acupressure points on your body. Why do we do that? Why do we want to tap on our bodies? Is because when we tap on certain acupressure points, it accesses our subconscious mind and help us reprogram unconscious programs that we have been running in our nervous systems. So today, to help me demonstrate this method for stress relief is Diana Bowen Weeks. Here, I'll put Diana on the screen and she can introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. Yes, as Ming said, I'm here to help with the process, and I'm interested in the art part of it because I know a little bit about EFT. And so Ming and I are neighbors, and we're, helping each other out. I'm an eating psychology coach, so whatever she teaches, I am learning from her to use on my clients.
Yeah, it's an awesome tool because I used it about last week or so, and within 2 pictures, my clients' problems were just like fixed, resolved. So I'm excited to show more people how to use this. I first learned of this technique from Fiona Truman, and her website is www.colortapping.com, COLOUR tapping, TAPPING.com. So many thanks to Fiona Truman for showing me this method, because it's truly a very simple and easy method. It doesn't require you to really go into the details of all your feelings in terms of verbalizing it. We just do it through through expressing yourself through drawing. And you don't worry if you are not an artist or something like that. Basically, the intent is to just pick any color that you think you are attracted to and just start drawing your feelings. It could be like a series of, I know, doodles, just colors, just different colors, or lines, wiggly lines, I don't know, straight lines, zigzag lines. It doesn't have to look like anything pretty or anything like that, so don't worry about it. So before we go on, I want to tell you that all these techniques are really actually based on a very simple principle. Like the mind and the body and the emotions are all linked. So when you change one, you change the other 2. So it's very interlinked. And I don't think most people realize how interlinked these different parts of us are. The mind, the body, emotion. If we change the emotion, we change our mind and our body because we feel better. Or if we change our body in terms of physical, kind of physically, like positioning yourself, or even like breathing, we change the other 2, the mind and the emotions. So I want to start by saying we're going to have 4 pieces of paper. So I have my paper too because I have something to work on today. Some problem to resolve. So first of all, you have 4 blank pieces of paper, 4 sheets, and then you pick your art tool. So I have swiped this from my kids, color pencils. So color pencils. You could use markers, or I have like colored pens that I use too. A whole bunch of them. Yes, I love stationery. Yeah, I get excited about buying pens and paper. It's That's really funny. Okay. What do you have, Diana? Do you want to show what you have? Your
My
choice?
idea.
Your choice of art stuff that you're gonna work on.
Oh, okay. I've got these classic gel pens from my daughter. She loved they're metallic, so they
Ah,
bring for her. She's very creative, and
okay.
I've got her choice of what are these? Permanent Sharpies, colored Sharpies, no
Mm-hmm.
less. Those are metallic also. And then, just regular fare of markers over the years that she's collected. She's an artist too. And I got my blank sheet of paper that I'm ready to create on.
Okay, awesome. So you are prepared. So I am going to use a timer on my iPad for like 2 minutes
Hmm.
for a series of the each picture. We'll just spend about 2 minutes, just drawing it out. So I will lead Diana and all of you were watching through the process. So, all right,
Just a
now.
moment for me.
Okay. All right. So while Diana is getting ready, I want you to take out your 4 pieces of paper. You can number them 1, 2, 3, 4 so that we don't get mixed up because later we want to go through it in order. So are you ready, Diana?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put the camera on you. The spotlight is on you now.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So what this process involves is drawing 4 simple pictures, okay? So nobody will see the picture but you, so you don't have to show it to us what you drew, okay? So don't worry about the quality of your pictures. I know you're very artistic. You used to be an architect, and you love art. And so don't worry about making it a masterpiece. It
Okay.
does not have to be anything recognizable, okay? All right, so I'm going to start to walk you through it right now. All right,
All right.
ready? Okay, so I want you to think of something that bothers you. Something that bothers you, okay? And I want you to think of how that thing that bothers you makes you feel. So we're trying to access the feelings. How do you feel about this thing that bothers you? Are you frustrated? Are you mad? Are you, I don't know, just really like ticked off?
Hmm.
You are just, it happens again and again that, oop, we have an interruption.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Okay, what I would do is I would lift up the phone and then put it back on. Usually. Okay. Well, that's an accent there.
Okay.
Framing our conversation. Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's a live show. Stuff happens. All right. So, okay, are you prepared? You have like thought about this issue and how you feel about it? Then I'm going to have you get in touch with your feelings, right? And then what I want you to do is on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 meaning like you don't feel disturbed at all, you're like perfectly calm, and 10 meaning like your feeling is so intense that you just want to explode. Okay, so what I
Hmm.
want you to do is to rate how you feel about this problem that is bothering you. And just write it on somewhere on that first piece of paper, or you can tell me right now so I keep track of it. The reason we do this, to rate our intensity of emotions, we would like to know, whether what we're doing in the process, are we moving our shifting our emotions or not? Like, has it changed? Has it stayed the same? We want to kind of look at our progression
Hmm.
in the process, right? So let's keep a track. So give me the number that you have right now. Like, what is the intensity? So 0 meaning you're really calm about it, and then 10 meaning you're
Mm.
ready to explode. So, all right. Number. What is your number?
Do you want mine?
Yes, I would like yours. So that
Not 9.
a 9.
A
Okay, that's pretty
9.
high intensity, right? Okay, so
Hmm.
I'm gonna just kind of keep track of that. All right. So what I want you to do is to start drawing. So if you feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to pick, like what colors or anything, just kind of grab something, from your like art supplies.
Yeah,
Okay, let's grab something. Okay,
got something.
and then just like start drawing. Could be doodles, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just something like, oh, I'm feeling this, and then this maybe like I feel like using this color because it just appeals to me. Like it's like, okay, I'm feeling really in a black mood about it. I'll just use color black, and I'll be like, ooh, just doing color black. All right, so while you're doing
Mhm.
that, I am setting the timer so that we are not over time. If I can get my iPad to unlock right now. All right, okay, let's go ahead.
Okay,
Go
ready?
ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
And I am going to draw something as well because I was kind of bothered by something this morning.
Okay, go for it.
Yes,
We're
we
all
shall
getting into it.
go for it. Yes. And I am picking perhaps color black. All right.
All right. I'm having a good time here.
Yeah.
I don't get to do this
Right.
much.
Okay. Good.
I think I need some brilliant colors in there. How are you doing, Timmy? Coming up with something good?
Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's good, like artistically or not, but I am just drawing something. Okay, so drawing something like, okay. I'll share mine because I don't mind sharing it. But you don't have to show what you're drawing. It's totally fine.
Interesting. I'm already looking at my artwork with a critical eye in terms of the question of intensity.
Okay. All right. Timer's up. So I'll just give you a chance. Is there anything you would like to add to your drawing right now? So just go ahead and add that little last piece of it. Okay. So what? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is for you to give your picture a title. So look at your picture and my picture. Give your picture a title. And you can write it down at the top of it. And I'm going to write my title. It can be one word. It can be several words. It can be a phrase. That's okay. I chose to be short. And it's just one word. Mine is balance.
Okay. Got mine.
Okay. So I would like you to share the title of it. You don't have to share the drawing, but the title of it.
Okay. It's called Bubbly.
Bubbly. All right. Cool. All right. So I want you to repeat after me. Okay. And we're going to do some tapping. So before we proceed, in case people are kind of new to tapping who are watching this video, I want to kind of go over the different tapping points. So don't worry if you don't know what point comes after what. As long as you tap on some acupressure points, it should be working. It will work. It will work. That's
Got it.
the intent about this. All right. So our usually the structure of our tapping sequence starts with tapping on the karate chop point. Why is it called the karate chop point? Okay, it's because when you look at the movies and they have these like karate kids and they're hitting like blocks or stuff, okay, they'll be like, yeah, and then they hit here, right? This part here. So what I want you to do, either hand, you can use like the other fingers of the other hand and just kind of like gently tap on this or gently tap on this side. Doesn't matter which side. You know, we're good either side. As in terms of how hard it is, don't do like like that. You're not hurting yourself, okay?
Not
Just
a karate chop.
No, not a karate chop. So it's going to be as if you are typing on like the computer keyboard. That kind of strength. Okay, so like just like that. So first we start with that point, and usually we start with like a setup statement. What a setup statement is, the structure is like that. It starts with the phrase even though, and then the next section is called the truth of what I'm feeling, or whatever it's true for you, coming up for you, whatever it is. And then after that, the last part, so that's A, B, C, part A, B, C. Even though the truth of what you're feeling, the next part is an affirmative statement, like I love and accept myself. I am okay. God loves me. You know, I am unconditionally loved. You know, I'm a great person. Whatever. That's like affirmative statements. Okay. So we're gonna go through that later when we go through that. But let me finish talking about the different acupressure points. So we're going to start with the eyes. Around the eyes, there are 3 points. First would be where your eyebrow meets like the bridge of your nose. Could be this side, could be this side. Doesn't matter which side. Okay, as long as you pick one side and don't poke yourself in the eye. That would be really bad. Okay, so be careful. You know, do this. The next side is soft. Yeah, don't hurt yourself. That would be counterproductive. The other one would be, you know, like the side of the eye, where the corner of your eye lies there. So, so right here. And then under the eye, you can feel like there's like a bone, right? Where the eye socket is. So you want to tap there. So let's review. 3 points. 1, where the brow meets the bridge of your nose, the side of your eye, and under your eye. So that's 3 points. Then we want to do here where it's between your nose and your upper lip, so right in the middle. Okay. And then underneath your your lower lip, so right in the center, you know, where the cleft of the like this indentation is. So you want to just tap there. The other points are the collarbone point, and usually I use my hand like that. I put it like a handshake kind of position, and I'm gonna move this, and I'm just gonna do this. Like you feel where your collarbones are, and you just kind of like not trying to choke yourself, just like that. Okay. And then the other point is actually about your hand spans width underneath your armpit. So 1 hand span. So just start here. So I don't know whether you can see. It's here. And for women, it's where the bra line is. And you just tap like that. Yeah, I look like a girl, like that, or like that, or just do 1 hand or the other hand. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, usually we do tapping in like a private space because it can look a little weird if you use the classical tapping spots. But there are other ways to do it unobtrusively, and there will be another video. No, can't do too many things at once. Okay, let's focus.
I'm ready.
Okay, after underarm, then there's top of the head, and that's the last point. So that's a complete sequence of tapping spots. So I'm going to focus on our tapping on our pictures now. So Looking at your picture number one. All right, you follow after me, right? Repeat after me the tapping phrases, and you wanna tap on your karate chop point. So I want you to say after me, even though I have drawn this picture called Bubbly. Was that the picture's name?
Yeah, have
Okay.
drawn this picture called Bubbly.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
Even though I've drawn this picture called Bubbly,
Even though I've drawn this picture called Bubbly,
it is my issue,
it is my issue,
and this is how I feel about it.
and this is how I feel about it.
Even though I've drawn this picture called Bubbly,
Even though I've drawn this picture called Bubbly,
I am okay.
I am okay.
Okay, so it's very simple, right? If you see the structure, it's even though I've drawn this picture called whatever, even though I've drawn this picture called this, and then the other part is it's my issue, is how I feel about it, I'm okay, accept myself. Those are the affirmative statements. Okay?
Okay.
Then I want you to tap like on all the different points, okay? And as you tap, I want you to describe to me what you have drawn. So the first point will be here, but you describe it not in an interpretive way. So for me, okay, looking at my picture that I've drawn, and the title is called Balance, I would say, okay, I have drawn it on a portrait size paper, and about, maybe 3 inches down, I have a vertical line. And then for that vertical line, 1 inch from the top of the vertical line, I have a horizontal line. And I describe it that way as I tap on the different acupressure points. So you're not interpreting the picture. If you look at the picture, it looks like a balance scale. But I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say, there's a line here and there's a line here. It's in black color. Then there's like 3 lines coming down the side and blah, blah, blah. So you're talking in terms of shape and line and color. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So go ahead, Diana. So I cannot see what you have drawn, so just say whatever it is, like, position on the paper or whatever, landscape, portrait. Let's start with that. So tap as you describe. The important thing is tap as you describe it to me. All right?
Okay.
So start tapping.
Okay. I have drawn in the middle of the landscape format. There are circles. These circles interconnect among each other.
Okay. How big are the circles and what color are they?
The circles are between 1 and 2 inches in diameter. Some circles are yellow. Some circles are dark blue. Some are purple. And some are red. Where these circles intersect, I have colored in. I have colored in where they intersect. Some intersections are blue. Some intersections are purple. Some intersections are red.
Okay.
And I have 3 circles that are colored in green completely.
Okay.
And I have a green border around this group of circles to enclose it.
Okay. Is that all? Everything in the picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Now I want you to take a deep breath. Blow it out. Turn the page over and put it aside. So get in touch with how you feel about your issue right now, the issue that bothers you right now, and how you feel about it. And I want you to think if you were to draw those feelings on paper, would it be the same picture or would it be a different picture? Will anything have changed in the picture?
If I think about it, the same issue,
Mm-hmm.
would I be drawing a different picture or the same picture?
Yeah, right now, as you think about it, your feelings, as you think about the
Yeah.
feelings, yeah, if it's exactly the same pictures with no differences at all, then I want you to still tap on your different acupressure points and describe the picture again to me.
Mm. Well, I think the feeling, the picture would be different if I drew it again.
It would be? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, if it would be different, I want you to draw it. And actually, if the picture, let's say if the picture didn't change, actually, besides tapping on it again one more time, you could actually draw what's preventing the picture from changing, actually. So you could, if you thought about the issue and you think that the picture would not change after you did the tapping and breathing out, if it didn't change, then I would have asked you to draw what's preventing actually the picture from changing. So since Diana said that she would have a different picture now, I would just have her draw that picture now, and I'll run my timer. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Start the timer. I have it on for 2 minutes.
Ready? Okay.
So same thing, and I'm gonna try to draw really quickly too. Picture. Twenty seconds more. And those of you watching me, welcome to actually draw something. Oh, timer's done. Okay. All right. Turned off the timer. And all right. Diana, what is the title of the picture? Think of the title of the picture and put it down. Title of the picture. So the title of my picture is, here we go. Passion.
Okay. The title of my picture is Sharp Edges.
Okay, sharp edges. All right. So we're going to tap on that, and we start with even though.
Even though
I have drawn this picture.
I have drawn this picture
Called sharp edges.
Called Sharp Edges.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Mhm. Even though I've drawn this picture called sharp edges,
Even though I've drawn this picture called Sharp Edges,
it is my issue, and
it
this
is
is
my
how I feel about it.
issue, and
And
this is how
this,
I feel about it.
right, exactly. Even though I've drawn this picture called sharp edges,
Even though I've drawn this picture called Sharp Edges,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. So look at the picture and describe this new picture while tapping. Okay. What like on this page I've drawn, and then you say what it is. Then what are the differences in size or color or position or number? Like you had a lot of circles, maybe it's gone down the number of circles or whatever. Like a colors morph to something else, or maybe they're like polka
Okay.
dots. I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So
Ready?
let's tap on the tapping points and and tell me as if
Okay.
like I'm going to reproduce that picture, like you're telling me as if I'm going to reproduce that picture on my end. So you tap and you tell me.
Okay. All right. I chose a landscape shape, format again.
Mm-hmm.
This time I used a black pen
Mm-hmm.
and a brown colored pen.
Mm-hmm.
I have a black square
Uh-huh.
in about the middle of the page. It's about 3 inches by 3 inches.
Uh-huh.
I have two squares, one below that first square that's in brown. It's about
Mm-hmm.
2 inches by 2 inches. And I have another 2 inch by 2 inch square to the right of that black square.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have uh, two two other smaller squares in brown color that are about 1.5 inch by 1.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a square in black that intersects three of the squares. And
Mm-hmm.
I've colored in the intersection, um, the void of the intersection, if anybody understands that in terms of figure void. And I have all of my squares are intersected, and
Uh-huh.
I have a color joining black. The color is black that's joining all of them in the colored in the intersection in the void part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So how many squares are there? I kind of lost track.
Yeah, there are 8 squares.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so different sizes are, I remember you saying, and they're
Different colors.
intersecting. Okay, all right. So I want you to take a deep breath and blow it out now that you have described it to me. Take a deep breath, blow it out. Turn the page over and put it aside. Okay. Close your eyes. Think about your issue. Right? How do you feel now? If you can draw it on paper, what would it look like?
If you want me to draw it or just...
Yes, I would like you to draw it. So this would be the third piece of paper. And so think about the issue, your feelings about it, and if you could put your feelings on paper, what would it look like? Okay, let me set the timer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yep, we got 2 minutes and it's on. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, I hear the alarm. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. You wanna add anything more?
I was just thinking of the title.
Yes. Do add the title. That's right. You remember the deal. Add the title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. After you've added the title, let me know what it is, and then we'll have you do the tapping.
Okay. Um, let's see. I know it should just be coming intuitively, but it's not.
Well, just
Okay.
you have okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
It's called
What's it called?
flow. Flow,
Flow.
like water
Oh,
flowing.
flow. Oh, like water flowing. Okay, flow. All right, got it. All right.
Right.
So, um, let's do some tapping. So you want to start with even though
Even though
I've drawn this picture called flow,
I've drawn this picture called flow,
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though I've drawn this picture called flow,
Even though I've drawn this picture called flow,
it'll do for now.
it'll do for now.
Even though I've drawn this picture called flow,
Even though I've drawn this picture called flow,
I'm safe now.
I'm safe now.
And so now maybe sometimes this like save or I accept myself and it'll do for now doesn't really like speak to you. You can just substitute with whatever that is affirmative,
Okay.
right? So you can do that. All right. Now, as you tap through your acupressure points, describe your picture factually. So like no interpretation of like this is my mom or whatever. Just like just tell me in terms of shape, color, lines, whatever. Okay?
Okay.
Size
Right.
of the paper, position.
Okay. I drew this picture in landscape form, but after I drew it, I turned it and I liked it better that way.
The portrait the other
Yeah,
way.
into portrait. Into
Okay.
portrait.
All right.
Okay, I started with 4 wavy yellow lines.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I don't want to get my interpretation. 4 wavy lines horizontally, drawn horizontally. To each set of wavy lines crosses over the other. There is a circle drawn in green between the 2 sets of lines of waves, and that circle has yellow colored inside of it. Next, I drew a green wavy line perpendicular to the first set of yellow wavy lines.
Okay.
And then I took a purple marker and I drew sort of half circles around the first circle, around the yellow circle. All the way around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 half circles around this yellow circle in purple. And that's it.
Okay. All right, so I want you to kind of think of your issue again that bothers you, and I want you to rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. You started with a 9, 10 being most intense, remember, 0 being like, oh, I'm so calm about it. So where are you at now? Like how's the intensity of the feeling you have about the issue?
I would say it's about 5 now.
Oh, 5 now? Okay. So for this purpose of the demonstration, we're doing like a series of 4 pictures only. But if you feel that, you know, you need to have it, you haven't really like transitioned your feeling to like a really low number, the intensity, then feel free to draw as many pictures as it takes to reduce the intensity of your feelings about the issue. So, but for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to do 4 pictures, and the 4th picture is the resolution picture. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through that. Close your eyes and think what resolution of this issue would look like for you. Okay, how does it look like? And then draw it out. So when you draw it out, then after you've drawn it, I'll ask you about it. So, all right, go ahead. I set the timer for 2 minutes. So what the resolution of this issue would look like for you, draw it out on the paper. Okay. You want to finish up? Is there anything else you want to add really quickly? Go ahead and add that. So I want to ask you, when you are looking at the picture, does this picture represent resolution for you? Yes or no? Quick answer.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Because if you hesitated for even a second, I would ask you to draw another picture that represents the feelings you have about the situation again. So this is how we work, right? Like, first, notice, like, before the resolution picture, I asked you to kind of check on your feelings about it. So we did a check, like an intensity check, like 0 to 10, and you said you were at 5. And then I asked you to draw this resolution picture. Now, if this really represented a resolution, I asked you yes or no, then you said yes. If you had said no, I would have asked you to draw another picture about your feelings again before drawing the resolution picture. So this is how it works, okay? All right? All right. So we don't tap on the resolution picture, all right? So I'm just going to lead you through this visualization process. It's the creative visualization process. Yes, part of like mental emotional first aid. Step number 5. Embrace the positive outcome through creative visualization. Okay, so imagine, okay, close your eyes. Okay, imagine if you hang this resolution picture in your happy place, what type of frame would you use for this picture? What color or combination of colors would you use? So think of the colors. You can share the colors with us if you like, or not. It doesn't matter. All right. It's okay. If you don't want to share, that's fine. So think of the colors, right? Okay, color or colors for the frames, right? And
actually, I don't. It's a frameless picture, so it's this glass frame.
Yeah, that's fine. So glass, the color of glass is translucent, so transparent, which is kind of like air. So if you were to do that, yeah, you can breathe in something that is like invisible. So what I want you to do is to breathe in the color or colors or non-color through all of your body. So even if it's not a color, you can still imagine that it's like air, and you're breathing it all through your entire body. So it's going to every cell, permeating every cell of your body. Okay, and I want you to notice any area of resistance. Okay, when you notice the areas of resistance, I want you to allow and let the colors swirl through this resistance. So swirling through any areas of resistance. Just take as long as you like, and then tell me when that's done. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now you're done. So I want you to take the 4 pictures that you have drawn, okay, and you labeled them. You can open your eyes now and reach for the 4 pictures that you have drawn, and in order 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Put them in order. Okay, so look at each one in order. Okay, so does anything jump out at you? You know, does anything still have emotional intensity? So look at each picture in turn and look at anything that just jumps out at you. You know, like, I feel something there, or whatever it is, okay? So what in the picture or pictures jump out at you?
That bother me or just jump out? Have no
Jump
emotion.
out, bother you, like, there's still some charge there, like, don't feel comfortable about this thing, or this something that you have not a peaceful feeling, or like a neutral feeling, or
Mm-hmm.
why I asked
Yeah.
that is because whatever jumps up at you, out at you, that would be an issue, a
Mm-hmm.
sub issue maybe. Because when you draw something, maybe there are many different components that make up that issue. Do you understand what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So,
Yeah.
like my client, I took her through this process. She had her, problem resolved in two pictures. But when she went back and looked at the pictures, she found something that jumped out at her, and then she said, "Oh yeah, and it was this part."
Mm-hmm.
And then so I said, "Well, then you can do the whole like picture tapping routine procedure again by yourself on that particular issue, because sometimes when we resolve like an issue, we don't resolve all parts of it. There's still like maybe
Mm-hmm.
an aspect of it we haven't really
Right.
dealt with, and then it just jumps out at us, and it's just an indicator that that's just something more that we should look at more closely and kind of shift our emotions about. So,
Yeah.
don't view it as a problem, view it as an
Mm.
opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So if something is jumping out at you, um, I want you to just go and use the picture tapping technique,
Mm.
and, go over those, has as many pictures as you like, So, and then remember the last picture is the resolution picture. You don't tap on it. You just kind of visualize, like, you know, go through that, and then you don't tap on it, and then you lead yourself through a visualization I can't say it, visualization of framing the pictures, and what kind of frame you would select for that
Mm.
picture in terms of colors and different things like that. And then I led you through the process of like breathing in the colors through your whole body, and like letting that
Right.
color like permeate every cell of your body, and then notice where there's areas of resistance, and then just swirling those colors through those areas of resistance until it just
Mm.
moves freely, right? So
Got it.
that in essence is the process, and I hope you can use this, for any like problems that you may encounter. Of course,
That's good.
this technique wouldn't work for like something which is like really, I wouldn't say it wouldn't work. It'll just take a longer time. Like if you have issues like, money issues, or something like that. Those are usually a bit more complex, and it has to do with like, like maybe there's a feeling of invisibility, or like you weren't heard or whatever, or you felt something
Yeah.
like in childhood. So those are a little bit more complex, and you would, work with a practitioner, a tapping coach, or
Mm.
someone like that, or someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then be led through a longer term kind of thing, because although you can work on certain things yourself, it really helps for someone else to kind of have fresh eyes on whatever it is, and they can pick up certain things that you haven't noticed before. Like last week, I
Mm.
worked with this coach, and she says, "I've cleared so much issues, like blah 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 blah," and then she's like worked on like issues of like childhood like abuse and this and then that, and right now, and about money too. And when we worked through that, she said, "I don't think I have anything else to clear." But when we go through a process that I took her through, then she found out, oh well, she had like aha moments. I'm like, yeah, it's
Oh.
because, I am not in your story. I'm outside, and I'm able to help you, see things in a fresh perspective, and be picking up threads that you haven't noticed before. So, just like I just think, a lot of people can work on issues themselves, but for us to actually clear it in a more intensive way and faster, I would work with somebody else who can lead you through the process. So I hope this tapping technique helps you. Use it for anything that bothers you. Take as many pictures as you can to go through your issue. And Diana, I don't know. Tell me, what is your thought about this? I know you have done tapping before, and so this is something that you haven't done before, this picture tapping. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this? Like, is it
Oh, well,
something?
it definitely is something that I would use again because as a creative person, my background is in architecture and rendering and use of color in my previous job. And so for me, I am a person who expresses, I express myself through what I do with my hands, and color is definitely one of those expressions. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to revisit my artwork that we did during this program and sort of
Mm-hmm.
go through the process again mentally and see what my artwork tells about me. So I think that's a very powerful process, and with the tapping too.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. So I'm always happy to share new things that I learned that works and I'm excited about. And even if you don't work with me, I want you to try this process and just improve areas of your life. I mean, it's very simple. Once you know certain things, you can just implement, execute, and if you need hand holding and stuff like that, that's what life coaches are for. But I believe everyone has the power to create their own splendid lives. You really have the power. So thank you everybody for watching, and thank you Diana for being a willing guinea pig. And the phone is ringing, so I'm gonna just like stop the broadcast and say thank you for watching. I hope it helps you, and if you have any comments, you can always comment on the event page about whether this is helpful or not, and if it works for you, and what you like about it, what you didn't like about it, what I can improve, things like that. I am open to feedback. So thank you everybody. All right. Okay. Bye.